Although I adore the rookie, I have a major complaint about this season. The key plotlines haven't been given much conclusion. The main antagonists Oscar Hutchinson, Matthew Glave, and Monica Stevenson, Bridget Reagan, keep coming back with no real progress, and Chenford remains a very slow-burning romance. Unfortunately, we only got more of the same in this week's closing episode. Oscar is once again in the wind, and Lucy Chin, Melissa O'Neill, and Tim Bradford, Eric Winter, are still not formally a couple despite their battle with John Nolan, Nathan Fillion. The fact that there are so many open-ended plots at the moment makes me sad, but I'm hoping the rookie writers are just laying the groundwork for some interesting storylines for Season 8. Unfortunately, our heroine Lucy's promotion to sergeant also involves a change in assignment. She is finding it challenging to acclimate to working the night shift. Besides the need for a lot of caffeine and struggling to sleep during the day, Lucy answers a ton of dull false alarm calls. She also learns that the reason her new team is called the Dream Team is that they select a quiet parking spot and then spend the entire shift sleeping. They are certainly not the diligent police officers Lucy is accustomed to working with. There is one call though when the squad truly comes together. Now that he's single, Miles Penn, Derek Augustine, has made the decision to test dating apps. Tim is the one who gives the finest counsel despite Selena Juarez's, Liseth Chavez, attempts to do so. He advises Miles to take his profession off of his profile. Miles first matches with Rena Stevie Lynn Jones, before he can accomplish that. Her excessive interest in Miles' work during their first date raises concerns for him. As it happens, Rena's brother is a member of the Eastern Front gang, who are obviously seeking retribution for being taken out in the previous week's episode. Miles is forced to flee as they wind up encircling the eatery. He takes control of someone else's vehicle and ends up in a fast-paced car pursuit. I always feel terrible for the innocent individuals who are involved in these situations. Lucy and her new team are the only things that actually keep Miles from being eliminated in this shootout. Miles is saved, the Eastern Front gang is surrounded, and arrests are made. His conclusion: I'm going to embrace the single life for a little longer. Even though Angela Lopez, Alyssa Diaz, has the least dramatic plot in the finale, there is still some humor in it. A call about a bank heist is answered by the crew. They apprehend Julius Scott Michael Campbell, a hopeless criminal who has chosen to loot the bank in order to pay for a heart transplant for his Bulgarian sweetheart. If you look at her AI photo with 7 fingers on one hand, you can see right away that this guy has been catfished. Julius is even more foolish than I initially believed because he acknowledges that his wife will be upset with him. Angela meets Heidi, Kelly Fry, Julius' wife, who is devastated that her husband was so gullible as to fall for this con. However, it turns out that Heidi is concealing something. Angela finds that the IP address for the phony girlfriend matches Heidi's location when she searches for it. Yes, in order to get the money, she chose to defraud her own spouse. Although she always intended to divorce this loser, she decided to put some money in her pocket first. She was unaware that he would rob a bank, yet it appears that these individuals are somewhat deserving of one another. After Angela arrests her, she discusses with her husband Wesley, Sean Ashmore, that this should serve as a warning that they should get back together as a marriage. Throughout the season, the rookie has been keeping us updated on Oscar's whereabouts. It appears that Nolan has been following Oscar's movements the entire time, and he learns that he was working with a crew prior to being sent to prison. Since he is no longer incarcerated, Oscar is likely to be able to follow his friend directly to the location where he buried some gems in the Barstow Desert. Nolan takes Nyla Harper, Mikia Cox, out into the desert as part of his mission to track down this criminal. Unaware that Oscar is observing them, they hide out in the hotel where Oscar's friend is staying. While searching for her, when Nolan gets some coffee from a vending machine outside his room in the middle of the night, Oscar instantly stun guns him. It seems that Nolan didn't see this plot development coming, even if I did. The next thing he knows, Oscar is singing loudly to Pat Benatar's "Hit Me With Your Best Shot," as Nolan is riding in his trunk. Even though I liked the musical interlude, I was a little irritated that Nolan was so easily caught. When Nyla awakens, she finds Oscar's associate dead and Nolan gone.